Action. Okay, we'll try that again.
The unexpected success of the Hand Grenade Division channel has given me the happy problem of finding suitable content to support the goal of discussing little-known aspects of the German Army in the Second World War in an entertaining manner. An old translation of a 24th Panzer Division operation order seemed like a natural for inclusion on the channel. It had come to me by way of correspondence with a lieutenant colonel in the US Army many years ago. Over the years, I expanded on his analysis and even published my expanded discussion in a couple of venues. The order is a detailed plan for a deliberate attack in the summer of 1942, and is a unique glimpse into how militaries then, and even now, conduct their business on the battlefield. My plan was to create a video for the channel focusing on the technical aspects of the order, since the analysis makes reference to the battle not going as planned, and provides no other details of what actually happened. As a way of validating the information in the article, I tried to locate the actual battlefield on which the operation took place. The locations were initially impossible to find, since as usual the Germans used their own spellings for all the Russian place names. The search for Petrashiva, for example, yielded only the name of a doctor in Zost, Germany. However, putting Trukashevka into Google led me to this. Luckily for me, Franz Kurowski kept the German spellings in his manuscript, which included an entire chapter describing the actual battle for which the operation order had been drafted. So now, I had not only the bare-bones operations order, but also a vibrant account of how it actually happened, populated by living soldiers whose personalities shaped the outcome of the battle. When I engaged my friends in the local reenactment group, the response was immediate and generous. I suddenly found myself with 2 experienced photographers, a professional motion picture prop master, 2 armorers, and more than a dozen educated and knowledgeable reenactors ready to show up in the appropriate uniforms, a number of which had previous motion picture experience. A crude animatic illustrated my concept of operations and was disseminated for discussion by the company. The script was ambitious, and as we shall see, a number of concepts were eliminated in the course of the actual film shoot. Since my own channel has included commentary on accuracy in films, reenactment, and television projects, I realized our uniform details would need serious research. Gold and yellow piping was soon hanging in my kitchen, stretcher bearer armbands were being stitched and weathered, and shoulder straps and collar patches were sewn together in quantity. A volunteer was found to play the central role of the battle footage, Knight's Cross holder Georg Mikhail. A couple of visits to our actor's property allowed for a uniform fitting, and the opportunity to get some footage of local countryside, which would stand in nicely for the steppes of southern Russia in the finished video. A finishing touch on the uniform was a unique tradition badge prominent in a contemporary photograph. This insignia is rare and not easily obtained in original or reproduction form, or at least not in our timelines, so one had to be fabricated out of plaster and silver paint. Before we knew it, the weekend of the shoot had arrived. The atmosphere was extremely collaborative. These signs went up on the initiative of the early birds who arrived on Friday night to test cameras and shoot inserts.
Action.
Right tool for the right job. Yeah, let's go get it.
Both photographers made good use of Friday evening testing the capabilities of their equipment, and naturally, the reenactors were happy to help.
What are we yelling? I'm filming.
Just T-post.
We're filming.
That's the most dominant.
Someone's got to say go.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Нет! Нет! Пожалуйста! Нет!
Not much of the Friday footage made the final cut.
Walk a little bit, then count to 3 and then just go into it.
Alright, so.
On the other hand, some of the inserts were too compelling not to use.
Done, thank you. Lovely.
The Panzer army was directed to attack east through rolling green countryside, sparsely populated by primitive villages and farms. As it had been the year before, confidence was high that the Russians would be easily defeated. The company settled in early on Friday. It should be pointed out that production was compliant with all public health measures in force at the time, and no illnesses were reported among any of the participants afterward. For my part, on Saturday morning I enjoyed a socially distanced breakfast, while the players squeezed in a group photo shoot to remember the weekend by. The third scheduled scene, which required the most German reenactors, was shot first. We therefore skipped the first two shots in the schedule, hoping to come back to them. Filming the arrival of the Germans at their jump-off point was fairly straightforward. Okay, I'm rolling. Are you rolling? Good. Rolling, and action! What seemed straightforward at first didn't prove to be, as the modern power lines and, yes, yours truly, intruded into the shot, requiring some choices to be made during the editing process. When the 6th Squadron set off at 2000 hours on G-1, their movement was masked by the sound of a Ju-52 transport plane circling above. A shot showing the company settling into positions proved to be more challenging as we tried to coordinate the movement of two cameras.
You're gonna spot for her when she... Yeah, oh absolutely. My arm isn't in frame?
It is in frame.
Now it isn't?
Now it isn't.
Okay, perfect. Okay, ready? Okay, action.
Nimm Deckung, wir graben ein.
Okay, now hold on. Come on back here.
And then,
Yeah. It's all good, I know.
Then where do you want me?
And then we'll cut.
The handoff of the binoculars went much better the second time.
These guys here, walking down the line. Huh? If you want to be. Okay, Mel Gibson.
Do I just point out, hey, do you want water?
Yeah, you can, just kind of schmooze. The officer can be focused going down the line. And we'll try for there. And we'll just make sure you got a clear path.
And you don't have to be right up behind him, Matt. Like, if you want to stop off and offer a guy a drink of water.
Just whatever you do, let us go through. So if you're going to stop, head up the berm a little bit so we can keep moving.
And then if it looks like she's going to overtake you, just let her go past.
Yeah.
You can see in the rear.
Easy, slow walk. Easy, slow walk. Okay, you want to do it first test?
Yep.
Are we recording?
We're recording.
Okay.
I suppose our shadows
Action.
are in.
Let's do it. Okay, slow it down just a little bit up there, guys. Slow it down a little bit.
Try not to die here.
I don't want to get our shadow.
Deckung, it's not mine.
The Brockabush platoon successfully occupied the assembly area by 2200 hours. Some elements of the squadron did come under fire by a random salvo of Russian artillery. And whoa! 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 But the assembly area was secured. Oberleutnant Mikhail was among his men, ensuring they were digging deep enough and encouraging them to get some sleep if possible. Okay, cut! While the bulk of the actors broke for lunch and waited out a potential rain shower, the camera crews filmed a couple of smaller inserts. Action!
Hey Kameraden,
Hallo?
wie geht's?
The company would have a main dressing station in addition to wounded nests set up by the platoons, where injured men could receive first aid and either return to the action or be evacuated down the medical chain.
Da ist der Krankenwagen.
Cut! Perfect. Esmeralda, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, settling! Ready and... action!
Seitengewehr, Franz! Auf!
Cut!
Seitengewehr, Franz! Auf!
Cut! Okay, ready and action!
We'll wait for the MG, we'll wait for the MG. Okay, MG is clear.
MG!
You're all up frame.
Perfect. With the line of departure scene wrapped, it was time to move on to what the animatic called Scene 5. Things got off to an interesting start.
Was it a dead bird?
Ultimately, the scene wasn't interesting enough to include, at least not in the way I envisioned. Dan had found out something useful the evening before, however.
Sometimes if you just tell them to do something and don't tell them you're filming, it's the best.
Rolling and action! The shot that really sold the advance to contact was thrown together on the set, and we got it in one take.
Okay, we got it.
Even when he's forced to fill out a non-speaking background role.
Could you just kind of look around a little bit? Yeah. Look around and then look back at them. Just let it kind of look around.
The director can still direct.
So when he looks over, that's when you could like pan over and see us.
Oh, that's a good, actually, yeah. Here's what I'll do. Kind of look around. And kind of look over at them. Okay, and we'll get one more shot. Okay, I think we got.
Rolling.
The rest of the shoot went without many hiccups,
Okay, we're rolling.
but maybe a sneeze or two.
Action. Background.
Nein.
It was inevitable our footage would be burdened by technical errors and historical inaccuracies. Judicious editing, multiple camera angles, and sound effects hopefully turned it into a reasonable and general sense of what actually happened to the historical figures who lived the events portrayed by the video. The final video can be found on this channel. It was deemed to be age inappropriate, and subscribers may not have been alerted to it. A link is in the description below. The response of those who have seen it has been gratifying. My favorite feedback came from the viewer who emailed me a copy of the operation order from its original German language source. Having only seen the translation, I'd long wondered where it originated. The final video was the result of the hard work, generosity, and creativity of all those listed in the end titles.
Actually, that's a good shot. I think we should do that.
Rolling and action. Cut.
Okay, whenever Michael says action, you're good to go.
Action. And then you can put the clippers on top of the shiny one, but don't actually cut it. Cut.
That was great. You got through both. Action! Bang, 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 bang! Cut.
You getting it?
No, isn't that smoking at all?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, or hold on.
You can get a little.
You know what? I'll get really close. Okay, I got a little smoke. Okay, binoculars.
You want me to roll with this one too?
Nah, it's okay. All right, put them down. Look towards DeRoche, and then walk over me.